What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for the April performance tier list, where we're going to take the average performance rating that we've given them over the course of the 7 games in April. Doesn't make for good viewing, to be honest, because in those 7 games, we've had 2 wins against Southampton and against Frankfurt. We've had a draw against Frankfurt, and we have lost the rest of those games. 4 losses in this month as well, against the likes of Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, and Chelsea. A lot of very poor performances in there. And look, we're going to go and see how we go. The tiers go from can't judge. If you've played, I think, under 45 minutes, you go into can't judge. Awful. Awful is 0 to 4.9. Not good is 5 to 5.9. Okay is 6 to 6.4. Good is 6.5 to 6.9. Very good is 7 to 7.4. And excellent is 7.5 plus. And then the best rated player of the month will go as our player of the month. So, Sim, you ready?
Let's do this. We got a couple of our better performances of the season and some of our worst. So it's going to be some brutal ratings, but there's some decent ones in there as well. So all will be revealed.
So we're going to start off with Dejan Kulusevski. So Kulusevski returned from injury. He got 16 minutes against Wolves, 45 minutes against Frankfurt, 67 minutes against Forest, and 45 minutes against Liverpool. Unfortunately, I don't think it's been good at all from Decky, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not been a great month. 5.0.
So he just about sneaks into not good. Very close to being awful there, Decky.
Yeah, you gave him a 5.3 and I gave him a 4.8. So I rated him a bit harsher than you did. He did get a 3 in the last game against Liverpool, which really brought his score a bit down. But yeah, he hasn't really come back firing just yet, has he, Decky? Let's be honest.
No, he hasn't. We just need to get him up to speed for the big game on Thursday. Hopefully, with these kind of minutes behind him, he should be a lot better for it. But who knows? Next up is Fraser Forster. He goes into can't judge. Obviously, he hasn't played a minute. After that is Timo Werner. Hasn't played a minute as well. It's mad to think about Timo Werner, how often he was playing for us. Since Tamworth, he's only seen 9 minutes and only been in that one matchday squad since then.
Yeah, and I think that's because obviously Tell's been getting the game time. Even Mikey Moore hasn't seen much time as well. I think with Son being there, Johnson, Odebear, there's no real need for him, let's be honest. And I think we're better for it, probably.
Yeah. Cuti Romero next. He played 90 minutes in every single game apart from Liverpool, where he didn't feature. I think it's been very up and down from Cuti. It's hard to judge where he's going to go on an average, but I'm going to suggest that he goes into okay, maybe.
4.9.
Wow, he goes into awful.
So he did get a 9 against Frankfurt,
just shows how bad he's been.
And he did get 2 7s against Frankfurt at home and Southampton at home. But other than that, 5 against Chelsea, a 4 against Forest, and a 1 against Wolves. You rated him a 4.7. I rated him a 5.1. So you were a bit harsher on him than I was.
That's nuts. Well, I really thought that 9 against, because I remember we rated him very highly that game. I really thought that was going to save him, but clearly not.
Oh, I think it gets balanced out by that 1 against Wolves, I think.
Yeah, I forgot about that one, to be fair. Wilson Odebear next. He started against Chelsea, got an hour, half an hour against Southampton, then didn't feature until Forest, where he got 67 minutes, and then he came on for the last 20 minutes against Liverpool. I don't think it's been that good for Wilson. He's probably going to go into not good again.
5.1.
Yeah, not good.
5.1. Yeah, best rating of the month was against Forest, where he got a 7. Other than that, a 4 against Chelsea, 5 against Southampton, 6 against Frankfurt, and a 3 against Liverpool for his cameo. So, yeah, it's been a mixed month. I wouldn't say like he's been terrible, but obviously, like the RZ game last month, he was pretty good, but hasn't kind of kicked on massively since that just yet.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's been great at all. Like, he's kind of like huffed and puffed without showing too much signs of quality, to be honest. Not like a true sign of an impact at this moment in time. Next up is Yves Bissouma. He played 10 minutes against Southampton and he played just under an hour against Wolves. He was actually decent against Wolves, but he obviously got hauled off. He did have a yellow card. I would say maybe he sneaks into okay.
Yeah, we only gave him one rating, and that was the Wolves game. We both gave him a 5, so
So
5,
not good. Not good.
not good. I think it was decent, but he could have got himself sent off if he stayed on. That's the truth, and he was making some stupid fouls. But I didn't think it was his worst display that we've seen in recent weeks.
Kevin Danso came off the bench for the last few minutes against Frankfurt, 45 minutes against Forest, and 90 minutes against Liverpool. So obviously Liverpool wasn't good. Did we give him a rating for Frankfurt?
We did.
Yeah, so that would have been very high because he came on and did the business. I would say he goes into okay.
5.8.
Oh, he goes into not good again. Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
just the Liverpool game knocked him down a bit. I rated him a 6. You rated him a 5.7. So a bit harsher. There were 2 sevens against Frankfurt and Forest. Obviously, Frankfurt was actually Brian rating, and you gave him a 7, 6, and a 4. So that knocks him down into just sneaking into not good. Unfortunately, just misses out on okay.
All right, are we going to find a player that's going to go into above not good? Next up is Lucas Bergvall. He's taken part in every single game. He started every game apart from Wolves and Forest, where he got half an hour at Wolves, 10 minutes at Forest. I'm just going to take a punt here and say he goes into good.
6.6.
Yep, he goes into good. Come on, we've got someone in the positive.
And I think it would have been a bit better, but obviously Liverpool you get to 5, and Wolves away he got 5. So unfortunately, other than that, he got an 8 against Frankfurt. He got an 8 in the home leg against Frankfurt, and he got 2 sevens at Chelsea at Southampton. So would have been very good, but unfortunately the Wolves away and Liverpool away kind of marked him down a bit. He wasn't at his best in those games, even though in those games he still wasn't horrific. But unfortunately, it knocked him from very good to good.
Matisse Tell up next, 3 minutes against Chelsea, 4 minutes against Southampton, 12 minutes against Frankfurt, and then started the next 4 games. 2 goals this month as well, 1 against Southampton with the penalty and 1 against Wolves, which he didn't really know much about at the back post.
And a decent showing against Forest.
Yeah, I'm going to say he goes into okay.
6.1.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
6.
Not bad.
1, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's all right. I gave him a 6.5. You gave him a 5.8. So quite a big discrepancy there between how we felt he played this month. But yeah, I think it was probably his best month so far.
Not saying much. But yeah, I do feel like with Tell, again, like a bit similar to Odebear, he's looked threatening without showing too much quality, to be honest. I think that's what it's been with Matisse Tell. Next up is Mikey Moore. He goes into can't judge. I don't think he's played a minute this month. After that is Richarlison. Richarlison has come back and maybe he's been a bit decent. He scored 2 goals in 1 start, 3 cameo appearances off the bench. He probably goes into good.
Yeah, a bit harsh this one, 4.8.
Wow. 2 goals from 1 start and he gets 4.8. That's a bit nuts.
Yeah, it's quite harsh. You gave him 2 6s.
Awful, he goes in.
3. You gave him 2 6s and a 3. I gave him a 6, a 5, and a 3. So I gave him a 4.7. You averaged him a 5. So that would have been not good. I was quite harsh with him. I guess obviously he scored against Forest, but that was after missing a whole host of chances, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we marked him down a bit. Obviously, the Wolves game came on and scored that consolation goal, which was fine. And then Liverpool away, I mean, quite harsh. We gave him 3s, but he wasn't on for that long. So maybe that was a bit harsh.
Because he came on, all he did was get in an argument with Harvey Elliott and get booked. That's all he did.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he was on for that long. But anyway, we gave him a 3 for that. And that knocks him down to an awful, unfortunately. I do think it's harsh, though.
Yeah, that is harsh. Next up is Will Lancashire. Obviously, we can't judge him. He's not even at the club. He's playing for West Brom at the moment. Maybe we should get his player ratings for West Brom and see where he goes in this tier list. But next up after that is Ben Davis. Started against Southampton, 90 minutes. 90 minutes against Wolves, 45 minutes against Forest, 90 minutes against Liverpool, and was on the bench in the other 3 games. I'm going to say he goes into not good.
5.0.
Yeah, exactly. Just about sneaks in there. Same rating as Romero.
Same rating as Romero. Liverpool away a 4, 6 against Forest, 4 against Wolves, 6 against Southampton. That was it. So yeah, it wasn't a fantastic month for Benny.
Next up after that is Radu. Obviously, he's got his ACL injuries, so he goes into can't judge. After that is Pape Matar Sarr. So Sarr has actually played his part in every single game this month, mostly as sub-appearances. The only game that he did start was Wolves and Forest, and then came on at half-time on the weekend against Liverpool. And I don't think it's been a good month for Pape, unfortunately. I think he's going to go into not good, maybe even awful.
5.1.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, mixtures of 6s and 5s pretty much this month, with the worst being the 3 he got on Anfield.
Are you starting to worry at all from Pape? Because he just hasn't seemed to have kicked on this season at all.
Slightly. I think it's a culmination of a few things. He's still quite a young player. You can find they go through these dips, and he was so consistent last season. And this season, I thought that he did go through a really good period, didn't he? Like October, November time, maybe December time as well, where he was looking like really good. And I don't know what's happened in the last few months, but he's been playing with inconsistency. Maybe as well, the team being so inconsistent hasn't helped him. So I'm not worried about him, but his form has definitely been a bit of a concern last few months.
Next up is Jed Spence. He has started the Chelsea game, the Southampton game, the Wolves game, Forest and Liverpool. Didn't take a part in the second leg against Frankfurt. Came on for the last 10, 15 minutes in the first leg. I don't think it's been as strong for Jed this month than it has been in previous. So I'm going to say he goes into probably not good.
5.8.
Yeah. On the cusp of okay, but just about into not good.
A bit harsh because he got 4 against Liverpool,
not good.
6 against Forest, 5 against Wolves. They did get 2 sevens against Frankfurt at home and Southampton at home. So, yeah, I think his form has been getting worse as the months have gone on, unfortunately, it seems.
Yeah. Do you think it's anything to do with him maybe being left out that Frankfurt squad? Do you reckon he got the humper with it a bit? Because there was no reason to leave him out at that point.
Maybe. I'm sure he was disappointed, but look, obviously, if he's going to let that affect him, then that's not a great mentality. But I don't know if I'd blame him on that, but yeah, that definitely seems to be. I mean, you could say since being left out of the Frankfurt game, he's getting a bit worse. But obviously, he came on in that Frankfurt game and played quite well. We gave him a 7 for that. So.
Next up is Mickey. Started against Chelsea, started against Frankfurt again, and then went off at half-time against Forest. Didn't play in any other game. I mean, the league games were poor from him, to be honest, the Chelsea and the Forest games. Frankfurt, I think he did well in both of them. So if you average that out, probably goes into okay.
6.6.
Oh, goes into good. Come on. We got another one in there.
I gave him a 6.8. You gave him a 6.5. So, yeah, both of us put him in good, really. Yeah. And I think it's been a good return for Mickey overall.
Yeah, agreed. Next up is Destiny. I think Destiny surely has had a good month because played against Chelsea probably wasn't that great. Both games against Frankfurt, he was really good. And then against Liverpool, I gave him a 3. So that probably brings it down a little bit. So I'm going to say he goes into okay again.
Yeah, 6.3.
Yeah, nearly into good.
Yeah, you gave him a 6 and I gave him a 6.5. So quite a big discrepancy again over how well we thought he did. So I would have called him good. You would have said he was okay. But that 3 really was the big. I gave him a 5 in that game, and you gave him a 3. So that was a big kind of what brought him down.
Yeah. Next up is Pedro Porro. He was on the bench for Chelsea, came on for the last couple of minutes. Start against Southampton, start against Frankfurt, where he scored a brilliant back heel. On the bench for Wolves, started against Frankfurt the second leg. Played against Forest, got a brilliant assist, and then was on the bench, didn't get any minutes on the weekend against Liverpool. I think it's been a fairly good month for Pedro. I think he's going to go into good.
7.5.
Wow, excellent.
Excellent. Porro has had a great month, according to us. You gave him a 7.3 and I gave him a 7.8, so I was very happy with him. I gave him 3 8s and a 7. You gave him 3 7s and an 8. So a very strong month for Pedro.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that he's had a positive month, but to 7.5 is actually mad to think about it. But yeah, look, if you take each game by game, when you look at it, Forest, I thought, he was one of our best, if not our best player. The two legs over Frankfurt, I thought he was brilliant in both those games. Against Southampton, he was really good as well, and that's pretty much all he's played. He's had very good games.
I think maybe we're seeing a return to form for Pedro. Let's hope.
Yeah. Next up is Madders. So Madders has got 3 assists this month against Southampton, Frankfurt, and Liverpool. Started in pretty much all those games apart from Forest, where he's left out. I think with Madders, probably goes into okay.
5.8.
Ooh.
Just misses out, goes into not good. Did get a couple of 7s against Frankfurt in both legs, but apart from that, we didn't give him any glowing reports. 6 against Southampton, 5 against Wolves, 5 against Liverpool as well. So the Premier League games haven't been great from him.
Yeah. This next one, I feel like it's going to be really bad. Archie Gray came on for the last 10 minutes against Southampton, 90 minutes against Wolves, half a game against Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool was a shocker. I think Wolves was pretty bad from him as well, wasn't it? And then the last 10 minutes against Southampton, he goes into awful, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3.3.
Yeah, that must be our lowest rating ever.
That's one of them. Must be up there, or down there, I should say.
Yeah.
With, some of the low. You gave him a 3.5. I gave him a 3. I gave him 2 3s. You gave him a 5 and a 2. So it's been disappointing for this month, unfortunately.
Yeah.
These 2 games.
So we can reel off the next couple because Dane Scarlett goes into can't judge. After that is Reguilon. He goes into can't judge. Then it's Ajayi, also goes into can't judge. And then the next guy we're going to judge.
There we go.
Is the ice cream truck. No, Vicario. Vicario, unfortunately, he's played obviously every game. I think he's going to go into either not good or awful. Like, he's been poor, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, 4.7.
Yeah, awful.
4.7. Didn't start off the month that bad. 6 against Chelsea, 7 against Southampton, and a 6 against Frankfurt. And then it's just fallen off a cliff. Wolves 2, 7 against Frankfurt, 3 against Forest, and a 3 against Liverpool. So I gave him a 4.6. You gave him a 4.9. So I was even harsher than you. I gave him a 2 against Forest, 3 against Liverpool, and a 2 against Wolves. And a 5. I also gave him a 5 against Chelsea, where you gave him a 6. So yeah, I think it's kind of the Premier League performances have fallen off a cliff a bit for him, unfortunately.
Well, he needs to get back to those levels of when he just came back from injury in this game on Thursday night, that's for sure. Next up is Brennan Johnson. Johnson, he started every game bar the Chelsea and the Forest game, where he came on for pretty much the last half an hour in both those. Scored 2 goals against Southampton, got an assist against Wolves. Hasn't been great in the other games. I'm going to say he goes into not good. I think maybe the Southampton game just saving him from awful.
Yeah, 5.2. And you're absolutely right. Southampton, he got an 8. The other games, he didn't really get more than a 5, I don't think I can see.
Yeah.
He got a 6 away at Frankfurt, which I'm guessing was just a vibes rating. But yeah.
we were just too much of in a good mood to give anyone like a low score that day. So
yeah, vibes.
Next up is Dom Solanke. 2 goals this month. Pivotal penalty in Frankfurt. Goal against Liverpool on the weekend. Started every game apart from Forest midweek. Monday Night Football. I don't think it's going to be good for Solanke. Maybe the goal against Frankfurt just saving him from an awful, so maybe not good.
5.1.
Yeah, exactly.
5.1, yeah. The goal, obviously 8 away at Frankfurt, but all the others have been 5s and 4s, unfortunately, for Big Dom. You gave him a 5.3. I actually gave him a 4.9. So if I was a bit harsher on Dom, I would have had him as an awful. But you saved him with the 8 against Frankfurt from that score, so he gets into not good.
And last but not least is Rodrigo Bentancur. And I think he's had a fairly good month, to be honest. Great performances in the both Frankfurt games. And I think he's been decent this month. I'm going to say he goes into good.
5.6.
Really?
5.6. He has had some good scores, you're right. Frankfurt, the home leg, he got an 8. The away leg, he got a 9. Then around that, 6 at Chelsea, 6 at Southampton, 5 of the way at Wolves, and a 6 against Forest. So, yeah, unfortunately.
So what did we give him overall?
5.6.
So I don't understand how he gets a 5.6 if every rating's above 6, apart from one that's a 5.
Because I gave him a 5. Let me see.
How does that make sense?
I gave him a 5 against. 6. I gave him a 5 at Forest. I gave him a 4 at Wolves.
So you're doing him better here.
I gave him overall 5.4. You gave him overall 5.7.
Are you saying I gave him just 1 5 rating and the rest 6 or above?
Yeah.
So how's his average below a 5? Just above a 5? Because I gave him a 9 and an 8 as well.
Sorry, I've calculated wrong. 1 sec. I've calculated it wrong.
Yeah, that sounds completely off.
Yeah, 1 sec. Okay. 6.5.
Now that makes more sense. He goes into good. There you go.
Yeah,
look at you trying to do Bentancur dirty with this rating. That's disgraceful.
I did the wrong number. 6.5.
Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
That does make a lot more sense. You're right.
So that is it.
But do we not leave out Sonny? Sonny not?
Oh, Sonny. Yeah, how can we leave out Sonny? So Sonny.
It's probably best we leave it out.
Yeah, to be honest. Well, Sonny hasn't played since the Frankfurt first leg.
Mm-hmm.
Started those 3 games, Chelsea, Southampton and Frankfurt. And I think he's been, unfortunately, poor in all of them. So I'm going to say he goes into not good.
Yeah, it's 3 games, isn't it? And, 4.8. 4.8. Unfortunately, Son. You actually gave him a 5, and I gave him a 4.7. I was a bit harsh. I gave him a 4 and 2 5s. You gave him a 4.56.
Wow. Less said about that, the better. Let's be real.
Unfortunately, not a great month. He just hasn't been great this month. There's no getting away from it.
And then obviously the last 2 are Kinski and Brandon Austin, who both haven't played, so they both go into can't judge. So let's see what we got here. So in awful, can we just zoom it in on the preview screen a little bit, just so I can see it?
Awful, what? Romero, Richarlison, Vicario, Gray, and Son.
Yeah, so that's in awful. So what would you say? Romero?
Richarlison, Vicario, Gray, and Son.
Yeah. Which, you look at that, and Romero, Vicario, Sonny, such pivotal players for us as well. And they're all in awful.
Three of the leadership group in awful.
Yeah.
Not great.
In not good, you've got pretty much half the squad. You've got Kulusevski, Odegaard, Bissouma, Spence, Danso, Maddison, Davis, Sarr, Solanke, and Johnson.
Brendan.
Which is mad. Pretty much there's no one in the leadership group above not good. All our captains and vice captains are in not good or awful. In okay, you got Tell and Udogi. In good, you've got Bergvall, Van der Ven, and Bentancur. No one in very good. And then excellent, and our player of the month is Pedro Porro. So
congratulations to Pedro Porro. Great month. Big
up, Pedro. But yeah, I think that's fairly accurate, to be honest. I can't see anyone. Maybe Richarlison.
You could probably split these ratings into Europa League and Premier League, and we'll paint a different story. But I think when obviously Premier League has been 4 or 5 out of the 7 games of Premier League, and we've just been terrible in the Premier League. That's the reality.
Yeah, I think the only one I think is harsh is Richarlison, because he started 1 game, 3 sub appearances, and he's in awful, and he scored 2 goals.
Richarlison's a bit harsh, and maybe could you bump him up 1 potentially? I think apart from those 2, I don't really see a massive problem with tier list.
Yeah, I agree. But that is your April tier list. Just 1 month to go in the season. Let's hope it's a special one, as Spurs are potentially going to a European final. But let's not count our chickens before they've roosted, or whatever the saying is. And Thursday's a big night, people. So let us know your thoughts on the April tier list. Have we been harsh? Have we been too kind on some players? Do let us know in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Spurs.